Hutan tropis.
Selva pluvial tropical.
Hutan
Jungle.
tropikal. Tropical
Tropical rainforest. Imagine we are travelers in time. It's now 400 million years ago. Some of the most primitive of plants, the ferns, cover almost all the land. And now, 100 million years have passed. The dominance of ferns is ending, and the trees with different leaves, with trunks and spreading branches are beginning to appear. We have burst upon a new, fantastic era. Tropical rainforests have begun. Imagine now it's 60 million years ago. The dinosaurs have come and gone. The insects who were here before still thrive. The forest is a tangled weave of plants competing for the nutrients and light. Multitudes of life forms are emerging. Static life, the fungi, plants, and trees support a mobile world, the insects and the rest who move about in search of food. Every morning, moist and sun-warmed air starts rising, prelude to the midday clouds. And every afternoon, the rain descends as tropical rainforests round the planet live up to their hot and humid name. Every day since time on Earth began, the sun has traced a beam of energy and heat, a band around the Earth's equator. And so, the daily dose of sun and water keeps the tropic landscape nourished, slowly shaping, changing every form of life. And still there's 50 million years or more to go before the early humans come. coming out to taste the air. The forest creatures of the night are just as varied and as numerous as those of day. At dawn, the 12 hours night becomes another 12 of day. There are no seasons, only light and darkness, rain and sunshine, week by week and month on month, from year to 100 millionth year. Within this cycle grows the largest single living thing the land has ever seen, the tree, the very fabric of the forest. Many times the size of dinosaurs that trampled around their roots so long ago. The trees are part of the variety of many thousand different flowering plants. But why so many shapes and colors? How did they arrive at such complexity? Many creatures blend in with their backgrounds. How did they acquire this camouflage? Every complicated organism has its origin in something simpler. Every form of life has ancestors that were among the earliest on Earth. Each individual is, by random chance, just marginally different from its parents. Just occasionally, deviations prove a slight advantage for survival. Under evolutionary pressure, those with an advantage tend to thrive, while other lines die out. They don't succeed. And after millions of generations, minute alterations step by step emerge, and so much time and evolution's passed that life is able to perform what seems like magic as an everyday event. All of evolution works this way. Now it's 20 million years ago. The number and variety of species is increasing rapidly and filling every nook and cranny in the forest. Land which one day will be given names like Borneo, Sumatra, Java, Queensland, Thailand, Burma, India, Madagascar, Congo, Cameroon, the Amazon, the Central Isthmus of America. They all are covered by this luscious forest. Diversity, if undisturbed by major changes, leads to more diversity. Birds, related to the dinosaurs, diversify to many shapes and sizes, feeding off the different fruits and flowers, spreading seeds and pollen through the forests. The age of mammals has arrived. The only mammals that can fly are bats, which, by locating echoes, see with sound. The lemurs, relatives of early primates, look around with large and ghostly eyes. By hour, by day, by decade, year, and century, time, it rolls inexorably on. Individual trees may live 100 years or more, and then will fall or die. The toppled giant leaves a gaping hole, which plants and younger trees will rush to fill. The energy contained within the fabric of trees is never lost or wasted. Termites quickly go to work, and soon the forest floor reclaims what it supplied as everything recycles through the system. The new trees raced to fill the gap. Within a year or so, the surface of the woven canopy has been restored. Everything is used and used again. The need for food and space for living leads to complicated patterns of behavior. Time and circumstances lead one type of ant to harvest leaves as food for fungus. As it grows, the fungus breaks the chewed leaves down, converting it to food for ants. And now, we've reached 2 million years ago. The monkeys, apes, and other agile primates have evolved, diversified, adapted. Eating almost everything that's there. They travel swiftly through the upper branches. Time travelers, we have nearly reached the present day. It's just 10,000 years ago. Humans have evolved and used the trees in ways no animals have done before. Within the last 200 years, our tools have changed. Our use of trees has much increased. Now today, it's we the humans that have brought the biggest change that tropical rainforests round the world have ever seen. And now, the very moment that our tools enable us to harvest forests whole, we suddenly can see the bigger picture.
Because where these trees once grew is fast becoming a desert.
Scientists express continued concern about the potential devastating effects of rainforest burning.
Un laboratorio donde flores y plantas son acariciadas casi a diario por la lluvia.
Which produce 20% of the world's fossil fuel carbon dioxide are a major contributor to
futuro
the
de uno de los
greenhouse.
parajes naturales más importantes del planeta.
70% of prescription drugs sold in the U.S. come from plants found only in a rainforest environment.
Or much worse. Environmental problems transcend the borders of local nation states.
To a total mobilization of our society.
Time to make peace with nature, with nature, with nature, with nature.
400 million years of evolution. 4 minutes and a chainsaw brings it down. The giants of the forest have been felled, together with the life that they sustain. Species which no humans ever seen are driven to extinction every day. If the clearing of the trees continues, 50 years could see these forests gone, and with them the variety and range of biological diversities. The challenge is to understand the rapid changes we have wrought upon our planet. Forests of the world have shrunk dramatically. Few of them remain untouched, available for study. Botanists, biologists, the chemists, entomologists, and all who wish to analyze the forest ecosystem will sometimes travel several thousand miles to reach a tiny airstrip and a research site that's largely undisturbed.
The tropical forests all around the Earth cover less than 7% of the land surface. We've only just in the last 50 to 100 years begun to understand the biological history of the place. We're learning from ongoing research that more than 90% of the world's species, the ants, birds, mammals, plants, bugs of all kinds, live in the tropics. It's the very biology of our planet. Everything we look at has some aspect here that is quite unknown.
As humans standing on the ground, we often only see the world that's at our feet. We need to look around, above our heads.
How did it look to you? Did it look like the line was still all right? And did you need to re-race it? But pulled really tight. Yeah. But parts of that tree, parts of the branches of that tree.
I've been studying this small group of trees for more than 10 years. Yet each time I come up, I'm just amazed to find species of plants that I've never seen before. There are over 28,000 species of plants that actually live out their entire lives up here in the treetops. I wanted to know what this incredibly abundant group of plants is doing in the forest. How do these plants affect the trees? How do they affect the birds? How do the birds affect them? What would the forest be like if these plants, these epiphytes, weren't here? As a kid, I was always up in the trees, and I know my mother, who's terribly afraid of heights, still shakes her head in wonder when she realizes what her daughter does for a living. The results of my own research have surprised me. I've learned that nearly half of the mineral nutrients in the green foliage of the forest are contained in the epiphytes themselves. This feeling that I might discover something entirely new up here is a major motivation for the science that I do.
Find it hard to reach the topmost part, the surface of the forest canopy. A team of airborne scientists have found a novel way of getting round the problem.
Ah, c'est merveilleux d'être ici. It is really wonderful being here. Floating on a moving ocean of green is like being at sea. Up here, where there is so much sunlight, you can feel the impact of the whole forest, containing millions and millions of different species.
This is a story that began 400 million years ago. It's taken all that time to build the tropical rainforest. Let's imagine that it's 50 years from now. There's much we have learned already about nature, sometimes using it to suit our ends. In this, We are just part of evolution, no better than the insects, and no worse. But time and evolution gave us conscience. We can understand what's going on. We can see the consequence of action. We can learn why species go extinct. We have the tools, and better, we have foresight. Future is a time that we can change.